The DB browse binding is technically equivalent to the SQL query binding in that you can bring back data from a database. The only difference is it helps write queries for you. Using the database browser, you can pick the table that you want to pull information from, and you'll see the query that gets generated. So I can take the label here, for example, and I can bind a text property, the label, to the DB browse binding type. This allows us to see all the databases that we have attached to Ignition, and I can go and actually inspect all the databases here. So in data, I can see all the tables that exist. So for example, if I want to pull information from the customer table, I can select that, and so I can see a sample of all the data over here on the right-hand side to give me an idea of what that table looks like. So let's say, for example, that I want to pull this value right here, Mary, the first name of the first row. You can see that Ignition basically created a query for us. At the bottom, the generated query is select first name from customer, where customer ID equals 1. So if I go ahead and press OK, I'll see Mary come back on the label here. I can do the same thing on a table. If I go to a table, I can bind the data property to DB browse, again going to whatever table I want to go back to the customers table here, and I can select one or more values. I could select multiple values here that I want to bring back. It's still bringing back all the information for one particular row. I can't select multiple rows right now, and that is because over here you see there's a key column, customer underscore ID equals. So what we want to do is expand the table, and you'll see that there's a little key to the right hand side of the customer ID. That basically is a way to filter on that particular column. I can click on that column, and I can then press the key with the X symbol on it to remove that as a key column. And now you can see there's no key columns. So essentially now I can bring back multiple records and multiple columns of data. So let's say I want to bring back all of the customers, the first name, the last name, and the email address. I simply can select all the records here. You see the query generated is select first name, last name, email from customer. I can then press OK. I can see back all the data come into my table here. In the binding, we also do allow you to do ordering. So I can basically select, let's say, the first name, and there is a button over here on the right hand side to specify if we want to sort ascending or potentially descending. I'm going to go ahead and say let's sort that in ascending order, and you see that the query that got generated down bottom says select first name from customer, ordered by first name ascending. So maybe I want to select first name, last name, and email again, but we're going to order it in that way. So I'm going to press OK, and now I can see the data coming back in my table. So it's very easy to use the DB Browse feature to basically go and pick and choose what information we want to bring back from our table.